Alrighty, welcome back to some more Redfall over in here. Last time we managed to basically do the thing involving stuff. So we're going to socialize Russia over in here. Get infrastructure up and running over in here. I mean, we could get over here, but we got plenty of factories for that, so we should be golden on that. Get infrastructure all pumped up. Now we have a little bit of work in the rush of the tyranny, capitalism, and fuel despotism. We have to bring them to our factories sometime in the future. Luckily, no task is too hard for the proletariat supermen. Indeed. So we get our forces there. Shoot these guys and try and do anything weird. Yeah, we should be able to have this all doubled up. We're up in 7 mil, look at that. And I just want to stop pumping this up just a little more. Okay, so there's a bit of a surplus, all things considered. With and this shit Tony with up here with a signal logistics. Sticks that one. Logistics, spittle and maintenance, all that good stuff. See about forces really. They have quite a bit of a deficit, I think you can see it, but that's fine. That's fine. Would that be able to be completed over here? 64, so about a little over a year ready for some of this shit. We're getting the infrastructure up and rising over here very soon. Pretty soon, I think he said. Quick and stuff yet. See how this going. As much of the infrastructure and all that stuff. Let's do Eurasia freed. Here, I'm gonna say, oh, you don't know if I did or not. I might as well see how far we are. Even go up in the tech stuff. Our work of blood spilling done the Promethean fire light enlightens every corner of world once they came in darkness. No more czars, no more military governors, no more capitalists, only men, and those men shall live in such glory that will outshine every single past generation that thrust onto the world when a blazing bright future that comes before Eurasia. Before and after Eurasia. So you know, I got the whole Tomarium to fight. anything, I'm trying to plan anything really. We should free. So we should complete unification. President on everything new and stuff over here. The Republic of Labor and Virtue. Futurist Communist Unified Russia. The Red Army returning from the executive Caucasus swept away all the powers. In the faction, Motherland now ruled the undisputed hegemon of Russia. Power representing an alternative current to Russian socialism and visited the international arena. The Bolsheviks united under the leadership of Vladimir Mayakovsky's legendary poem founder of Kyrgyz society. The new state transcended the dichotomies that divided Europe, provided both communism, medieval communism, and radical futurism. The leader proclaimed that a new type of perfect man is being created in political labor and virtue. And the president technological will dominion arises in Russia, the remains of the old art culture are destroyed by the masses in the newly clicking cultural revolution. The communist futurists preach with aggressive rhetoric, speaking of the Great War Revolution. Sure, the Republic will ride to the future. See, all forever our communist conquers in the region. Utopia is closer. Revolutionary despises public opinion. He despises and hates the existence of social immorality or manifestations. For him, morality is everything that contributes to the triumph of the revolution. Immoral and criminal is everything that stands in the way. Sergei Nietzsche, Salt on the Heavens. Very abstract little painting over here. I forgot exactly what it was called, but interesting one I think it said. Okay, let's actually get some good artillery. Like the Shimo here as of this. Oh, that military and civilian factory. There's a great deal of work I've had, work that is so great I surpass any challenges people have faced. The conquest of the Romans will look pale next to what we're about to do. The Industrial Revolution will be forgotten when people see our revolution. We have achieved and the culture must be transferred to the whole of Russia and beyond. As we said earlier, there are no borders on invincibility, there are no laws too sacred. There's nothing more wonderful than the revolutionary fervor. You blow monuments of czars, popes, ancient heroes, and God knows what other idiots. Forward, comrade, forward. We will feast on the corpse of the two-headed eagle from the wounds of the old Russian Empire. We will beat the lightning. For like the lightning, we will strike and destroy everything in our path. Let our symbol strike like a worker's hammer in a crumbling tree and waste, burn them. We have living space and we'll finally be able to breathe fresh air and the stench of old men. We will create a new utopia that will be bigger than any peaceful ideal state. More pretty than the kingdom of God. Get out, idiots. Now it's time for us. We're entering the south, kicking in the door to a new paradise. All spotlights on us. The stage is finally ours. All the words are saying all that shit. When the guy leading the shit over here, sorry, Adam leave. Now we got socialist Adam leave. Okay, to victory. It's usual, you know how it is. As much of these forces as it can to really get things going. Organization over here, look at that. Expert over into here, yep. I want that over here. The new sources of man. We're making history. Seems that we're gonna do that thing over here. Figured out was feeding. The area around the Kremlin was cold to the general public for weeks. Something great is going to happen. Indeed, soldiers of the Red Army were laying new bricks to the ancient monument, bricks like muscles made of blazing with dynamite, linked with the veins of wire. A great ceremony had to come. History was to be written. The day has come. Magog himself was pushed to the lever. The great leader was covered in cold sweat. He had come thus far. It will be his final testament in history. He had gathered his rule, swore all the force over emotion against him to the deed. He stood for a minute, finally he moved his muscles. He did. He pushed the thing. Sparking his zap through the wire immediately. What happened next? Went to the history books. A few seconds felt like an eternity. First, a ball of fire emerging from the hollow ancient powers like an eye of a wrathful god, who suddenly age grew into grey hair and smoke of smoke and dust. Just the clouds swirled in a fantastical shape until there was a smell of the fabric of history in them. The heart of the old world was gone, the historic task of destruction fulfilled. Now it's the time for creation. The rovers of the criminal can't blame the street of Moscow forever. There was a certain mystical power in them. It will be utilized. A new power will rise, much greater than the one came before. Like the steel and concrete, the house of the future Communist Party of the world. The ruins of the castle of the Tsar will give foundation to the capital of the international proletariat, next to all human power, and thus the Russian civilization entered a new, profound place of existence, free from the symbols of the old power. On the ashes of old, we will bring a shiny new world. That's what the government. Bewildering news came from Russia as my country's government taking over Moscow was to put in place one of the most scandalous schemes of the current 10th century. The ancient home to the Tsars, the Kremlin, was fully exposed and blown up. Mayakovsky himself pulling the lever. The land said it gave him the hearing of such a fanatical bold move with the Russian rival force like an unrelenting crusade against the futurist. While the white emigres walked down the streets in procession in the morning, the revolutionaries cheer and laugh, already making plans for the grand tower of steel and glass that will replace the ancient castle, symbol of new age for Russia and the entire humanity. Vladimir Tilling's design, when complete, might be the tallest building on Earth, comes just a few meters above the Empire State Building. Whether for better or for worse, Russia will never be the same again. We have the old bubble to the future. A grand future, even. Future within the future. See how it in here. Stuff on there, in here. Got that going. Just we have that there. Now for a new socialist man. Named into the Partia Revolutionnik Kommunistov. That's how I say it. Please, if I'm not butchering it by accident. Rise up, new man. Rise and shout. Expose the embers. Oh yeah. Expose the embers that are hidden in your heart. For we will listen to you. For you are the transcendent. But where to look for such a man? Where in this world can one find a land where such people are born? Nowhere. For only another man can create such a man. Therefore, we as humans will bid farewell to our old generation and make room for a new species of man. The other generation will be devoid of any entitlement to the old and will only know the world of the future. No longer will anyone have to suffer through the constraints of taboo civilization that have so tortured and insane individuals. We'll bring them up as best as we can so that they can outgrow us. Here, the future will be led by a new socialist master race. I think this is where we get like fucking reactionary futurism or some shit. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry. It's like fucking ass. Anyways. Okay, that's better. Anyways. Enough of that. The only more predictable for them will be the passion and creativity. They will not be constrained by any kind of decalogue. We baptize them all with the heat of our hearts and pour our revolutionary thoughts into them. There will be a great creation, for they are the youngest. For the youngest, they will be creators, fighters of proletarians. There will be a war against the reaction. They will be our defenders of humanity, and they shall know no fear. That looked fucking familiar, and I realized the goddamn 4K reference. Fucking Lenin being the fucking goddamn premier kind over here. That's, yeah. As long as there will be creators fighting potent, there will be our bulwark against the reaction, and they will be defenders of humanity, they shall know no fear. Fucking beautiful. Anyways, the Republic of Work and Virtue, Work and Labor and Virtue, in this case, will become the first line of superhumans so sought after by Nietzsche. This masterpiece will be reduced by this alteration of genetic codes will by transfiguration of our minds. Children our women will give birth to will be the generation prophets of the socialist utopia. We are going like, Red Imperium. I love here. Kind of interesting actually now I think about it. Kind of sort of maybe interesting, who knows. Let's check through all that. Dude, we're still trying to get many of these as we can that can possibly get going. Possibly be going over in here. Yeah, get that from regime of war to regime of labor. I get that labor going. That labor market as it were. The vast territory over stand one open before us, a great plain on which we build wonders. Yet our people are not prepared for the task. The scars of the Civil War are still fresh, and the energy of the mass are still being directed towards destruction. We gotta do to say halt. The old order is coming their way. The time to fight was yesterday. Today is the time to create. Heroes in the battlefield as guild with the heroes on the 5-year plan. The 5-year reactionaries to the fight of nature. Complete realization is necessity. In the war, like command chain, make room for innovation and creativity, laying the hand of terror and rehabilitate the servants of the old regime, which could be useful to our task. And move away from the dark core and the flower our future begins to show its first petals. Let's cast away the gloomy skin of war. Let us be reborn to a new labor. Let us be the creators of a new road for these houses, arts, and values. That labor within the labor. Get some, a little bit of a group of pop, all this. Except over here we only got like the fucking green one. Pretty sure something's fucking with that whole little cool hop there, because I've seen it happen like so many times. Alright, that's gonna fix that. All that good shit really. A war started in the east, dual limits for centuries once again found themselves jubilated towards broad coordination for form of by territory turning against their own northern Moscow, finally trying to put it into the Moscow and Moscow state of Russian and this even no change. Honestly, Russia was finally end this paper rebellion that was anointed for so many years and moved armies against them in tomorrow. Thunder warms the east indeed. Men move with all their passions to kill each other and with their whole minds of power of bodies, cry the captive of heaven to the heavy throne of God. Cover restoring the end is over to be seen, with their sides on both sides within and killed for a long time before the last drop of the precious human blood we spill on the dirty rocks and new victor, create new order on the eastward world. There's no other God. I gotta get some rationalizations going. Just like now, we'll be later. Bring them later. Mike Kotsky looked around the room, filled to the moment coming vision representative of the Soviets. Most were so visibly giddy with delight the ultimate triumph of the revolution with the unification of Russia. Mike Kotsky was no different. While there was never any doubt, of course, of the triumph of the revolution, the Hercules had to break the streets of Russia and the collection of new people was one that took much time and quite life indeed. While celebration across the country continued, he had to address the infant in the room. Comrades, constructors of the great revolution for the freedom of humanity, I know you all have no doubt the significance of what we have achieved the past few weeks and months. From a mule to an even hundreds of millions look eagerly to the future with the pilot of a new civilization and a new culture. A new way of doing things. Michael took a puff of and took a breath and continued. But it's not a glamour of our republic. Perhaps to start such cultural revolution. Now, I do not mean to say this revolution was a mistake. On the contrary, a mission that is designed to do away with the old constrained ways of thinking and acting to perhaps degrees active we can take part in. However, it's no secret that there are many excesses in the revolution. Attacks on innocent, lynching of those who are accused of being reactionary, almost sufficiently devout to the constitution. Is there any way to act? Is the murder of those who at the end of the day are just as firm in support of revolution as you and I, or the creation of civil war, really the end goal of our endeavor? Of course not. Those who do not destroy, they build. We, the constructors of a new utopia, must hearken the start of a new era of revolution. The gods of the future goal have undoubtedly completed. Stranglehold of the bourgeois machine. Now it's time for construction. They take a new role, one to build a new civilization, the period of rebuilding, constructing a new future for all. Then go to villages and further land that build new centers of society for a backwater that cursed so many thousands. With this, the level should be complete. For a religion of science. A religion of the sciences, rather. It has been said that our regime is the greatest enemy of faith. Every day the reactionaries screech about the nothingness we supposedly are bringing to the hearts of our people. Oh, if they only knew how wrong they are. It is our power to assemble a new faith, no longer superstition born from the death wish of the hermit and the fumes of the mystic incense, but faith born of pure principles. The truths apparent in steel and lightnings in the sun, the truth made apparent by the enlightening ray of science. Let every work in us they knew he is but an appendage of the creative will, the vital energy emanating from the sun, the principle that can destroy death. And let it be known that there is no more secret act than those who labor to create, to remake the world, to find the sign of those who struggle tunnel against inner matter. This is the most sublime of all callings, to make alive and active, to remake the world to our own visions by orders of any god of heaven, but by the calling cards coming of our own bodies. So religion, based on our scientific and materialist principles, will be universal catechism of the soul of this man. It will be the song of his soul, the spark of every passion that the world will be united in. Got like fucking scientism and shit. Scientific as a science as a religion over here. Science is a new religion. Let's see, I think we deployed these over here. Let's get these troops going on over here. Jetting long golden. There's artillery. Can't remember which side they go to. I don't think they. I can now remember we go into. Right there. Religion of science. Do no move for the small salt. There and they goose shit all around. Babbles and babbles and babbles and babbles and babble. This is what I hear from every office. Our administration is going crazy after we brought the revolution of Petrograd. 9 days goes by without discoveries of Kafka its absurdity caused by people devouring his soul. How many parasites have attached themselves to the revolution after we took over Harbin? Where did all these boars come from? How many mothers must have produced such scum who see nothing but bags of rubles? These mothers could have used all their passion and input to give birth to parody something more productive. These people are the enemy. The fact that they are smileless proves nothing. A bad friend is even worse than the most vicious enemy, for he is the hidden enemy who maligns behind our backs. You know, like a toxic friendship. I tell you, we must teach them a lesson for being so blind. Let's not kill them. No, it won't do any good. If we kill them, then more will take their place. We put them out of into parasitism on our bodies once and for all. They are the sticks, my brothers. Let us rush them through the ceilings. Sees laughing at his drunken frenzy. Let us shout their expressive garments like a Roman soldier stripped with Jesus. Let us show their senselessness, their pettiness, their ridicule to the whole world. Let us allow people with greater passion to laugh at them while we kick them out of the office. Reaction is born over every street. Art should be spontaneous and everyone should be an artist. Let's not just beat them with sticks, but create great and soulful art in doing so. While beating them with sticks. We gotta beat them with sticks. While making art out of beating them with sticks. Soldiers they come in Spain. there, Robbie. Truly, the rot front is over. Intriguing. Interesting. Fascinating, really. Hey, there goes that. That's the response. I pour, might as well. Nobody got much else to do. Combine all the experts. This cavalry ain't the way we're gonna be going for this. I'm actually gonna end the part over in here because I feel like this whole war, tomorrow is definitely gonna be quite a while. So until next time over here, we're gonna be dealing with the tomorrow stuff over here. Fairly likely how it's gonna plan out really. So I'm gonna end this a little bit short, but that's fine. Till then, see you later. Bye.